Hey everyone, my name is Svetlana and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to share with you my experience with microblading eyebrows. This is the second time I'm doing microblading, so as you can understand, I really enjoy the process. I really enjoyed the look that I got both times, and this is the reason why I did it for the second time. So what is microblading? Microblading is a semi-permanent tattoo. So it's still a tattoo, but it doesn't go on the deeper layers of your skin. It kind of stays on the outer layer of your skin, so it will fade within 1 to 2 years, which is a lot faster than if you're doing a real tattoo, which lasts you probably like 8 to 10 years or maybe even forever. So I'm not a big fan of tattooing my eyebrows. I wanted something more natural looking, and about 3 years ago, I started noticing on social media all of the pictures, on Instagram of other people doing microblading. Had no idea what it is. I started researching, I started watching different people in my area who's been doing it. So when I did it the first time, I was watching this one girl on Instagram for about 8 months until I decided to do it on my face. I take my face very serious, especially when it comes to tattooing something, and I wanted to make sure that person who's gonna be doing my tattoos is perfect. And I know there's no such a thing as perfect, but I wanted to be as good as possible because it is on my face, and if it will stay for 1 to 2 years, then I didn't want to mess it up, that's for sure. So I've done it the first time and I loved it. It did fade away a lot faster. I don't know if I got a really light color when I did it the first time, and maybe that's why it faded a lot faster. So about 3 months ago, I did it for the second time. I decided to go with a little darker color because I already had the experience, I already knew how it's gonna go and how it's gonna look. So I wasn't afraid to look like a scarecrow for a couple of weeks until it faded. So the first time when you go in, it takes about 2.5 to 3 hours because the girl who does your eyebrows, the guy, the girl, whoever it is, they have to draw your eyebrows. You have to make sure that you like it. Then they start with the first initial microblading process, and after this 3 hours, you go home. You don't touch it for 24 hours. They put a coating on your eyebrows, basically just like if you've ever done a tattoo. After that, they'll put a coating, and you're not supposed to wash it, you're not supposed to make it wet or anything like that for 24 hours. After the first 24 hours, you wipe it gently with a makeup remover cloth or like a baby cloth or something like that, but you do not get it wet for 7 days. It was a little challenging because I do go to the gym, and if you sweat a little too much, then the pigment can come off. So that's why it's recommended, not taking hot showers or not going to the sauna, swimming pool, or even excessively working out. You just have to take a lot of things in consideration when it comes to microblading. So within the week, you will have different stages. The first day, it's a little red, it's a little puffy. So I would say second day, it looks perfect. Your eyebrows has really beautiful color. It looks amazing. And then on about third or fourth day, it goes through stages when it's starting to shed and it looks very patchy. It looks like you're losing the color, but don't worry. I've done it 2 times, and after the 7 days, after all of the shedding comes off, they will look good. They're not gonna be perfect when you do it the first time. So that's why for most of the people who's doing microblading, it's a 2-step process. So after 6 to 8 weeks, when it's completely healed, you go back and you do the same process, but it usually takes about hour and a half, depending on the person who's doing it. You're doing the same thing for a week. No washing, no showering, no making it wet or anything like that. I know it's a little challenging, and even when you sleep, they recommend not to kind of like rub your face on that side or anything like like that. And after the second time, they should be perfect. They should be the color that you wanted. They should be the shape that you wanted. Some of the people offer the third time. Sometimes you have to pay for it. Sometimes you don't have to pay for it. But depending on your skin type, depending on your skin color or whatever it is, you know, it could vary. In my situation, after the second time, I love my eyebrows so much. I'm gonna come a little closer and I'm gonna show you. I have zero product on my eyebrows. I can wipe them. I can do whatever I want. It doesn't come off. I can go to the pool. I can wrestle with my boys. I don't have to worry about messing up my eyebrows. So I'm gonna show you the before and after pictures as well, and you'll be able to see the huge difference. About when I turned 13, 14 years old, there was the time when everybody was in love with super thin, skinny eyebrows. I don't know what the hell I was thinking about. I was plucking them so much, and now I'm struggling. Thankfully for me, microblading was a great option to go with. I know there's some people didn't have the greatest experience. It is expensive. I would not recommend saving money. If you try to save money, don't be surprised for the results. I didn't want it to happen to me. I want to give an advice. If you guys know someone who does the eyebrows, if they have Instagram page or if they have Facebook page, please follow them for at least 3, 4, 5 months to see if you really like the work that they do, because if they always doing a really great job, there's a lot lower chance that they will mess up your face. Another thing that I would recommend doing it, especially if you have as little of an eyebrow as I did, I would recommend doing the first initial microblading process, the color a little lighter. It's easier to go with the lighter color and maybe a little thinner eyebrows for the first time, because the second time you come back, this is when you'll see it will fade about 30 to 50%. You don't feel like you shock, or if there is a little bit of a mess up, they can easily fix it if it's a little lighter and if it's a little skinnier, then the second time when you go in, they can make all of the changes that you wanted. For the second time, I would recommend going a little darker. You will look a little hideous, for the first 4 to 5 days, but then after the eyebrows healed, they will look a lot lighter. The main reason why I did microblading is because my eyebrow looks hideous. It's very light, I don't have enough color, and it saves me, I'm not even joking, it saves me at least 10 to 15 minutes in the morning when I'm getting ready. Now I don't have to worry about my eyebrows. I wake up in the morning, I put a little bit of makeup if I want it, or I put a lot of makeup if I want it, and my eyebrows look perfect. It was completely worth it. The money, the time that I spent, completely worth it. All of the inconvenience that I had throughout the process is completely worth it. That's it for this video, guys. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover on this video. If you do have any questions, please let me know, comment or whatever. I will try to answer them to the knowledge that I have about the microblading. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next one. Bye bye.